Hi everybody, it's me again, Boo, and I'm back with another house review. This one is the House of Aquolina, a very inexpensive perfume house that holds a couple of the most popular fragrances out there like Pink Sugar Sensual. I don't remember what other kind of sugars there are. I had Pink Sugar. I loved it. It was fun to wear. I had Pink Sugar Sensual because I thought it was a little more adult version of Pink Sugar, the original. But then I kind of forgot about the house until I discovered Gold Sugar. This one is lovely. Oh, I really like this one. Let me tell you what's in Gold Sugar. It is, it's a floral bouquet enhanced by gourmand notes. It opens with citrus and neroli, with the heart of the creme brulee and coconut, and the base of Australian sandalwood, musk, and creamy accord. And it's very gourmand to me. It's very sugary, whipped cream, coconut, kind of a perfume with some creme brulee notes in there. It's very creamy. It's much more mature of a gourmand than Pink Sugar. Pink Sugar is just pure cotton candy to me, which is divine, and it totally serves a purpose, and I don't give a shit what kind of age you are. You can wear Pink Sugar. I was in my 40s when I wore it, and I would wear it now if it still appealed to me. But I've kind of moved on until these metallic, more sugars that I'm really enjoying, and Gold Sugar is definitely at the top of the list. It is one of my favorites. Very, like I said, a very creamy, some good vanilla notes in there, but not just straight vanilla, almost a slightly burnt kind of a vanilla smell like you would have with a creme brulee kind of a aroma. And I don't get a lot of the citruses. I know they're in there. The sandalwood, when it dries down, you do get the musk and the sandalwood, but it's really a backstage player, supporting the creme brulee and the coconut and the whipped cream kind of a feel it has. And really good stuff. I love this stuff. It's not horribly unique. It's, it's very kind of gourmand, but it's really good at being just a gourmand. It really is. I think they've made a huge leap between Pink Sugar and Gold Sugar as far as the quality and the classiness of it, even though I still like Pink Sugar. The performance on Gold Sugar is also really good for me. See, nobody says it reminds them of anything. Most people say the sillage is moderate, and it's all over the board for moderate to long lasting. For me, it's a little better than moderate on the sillage. I have to say, I can smell it easily when I've sprayed it on my hand and it's been several hours later. I can still smell it when the sillage is what I left behind. The reason I know this is because I've sprayed it on, I've gotten into my car, driven to work or wherever, done my thing for a few hours before getting back in my car, and I can still smell it in there. It's that sillage is broken away from me, but it's decided to haunt my car, and it's lovely. It lasts a good 8 hours on me. I don't usually wear it on my clothes, but I do wear it on my skin, and it lasts a good 8 hours. The next one that I got was Steel Sugar, and I just got a tester of this, and this was like, I think $12 is what I paid for this, and this is the smaller size one, 30. This looks like this is an ounce. And then this one is 100. So this is just a 1 ounce bottle of my Gold Sugar, and in the tester I got a 100 ml bottle, but it was like $9-10 or something, and so it wasn't very much at all. And so Steel Sugar is probably my least favorite of the metallic and these newer sugars. Steel Sugar is gingerbread, bergamot, lavender, vetiver, cedar, apple, tobacco, angelica, and labdanum. And so you would think that it would have, with the the apple and the gingerbread and stuff, that it would be a little gourmandy, maybe slightly foody. It's not a lot foody. It actually has kind of this metallic smell to it. Yeah. And it's sharp. It's like there's a lot of white musk or some artificial, some synthetic note in there is making it very sharp. It's named aptly because I think steel sugar really encompasses it, because to me it comes across as very metallic. And I think it's almost, it's a little screechy, and I think it's the apple and the bergamot, maybe mixed with some of the other notes with the gingerbread and vetiver, but it really does, it's my least favorite of the three. Actually, probably of all the Aquolina line. Now, when it dries down, the screechiness does kind of go down, and it becomes nicer. It becomes a little more gingerbread. It's as if almost you baked a green apple pie with, instead of a typical pie crust, to use gingerbread instead. I know that sounds odd, but that really is kind of what I get from it once it dries down. But until then, it reminds me a little bit, that's what it reminds me of. From Scent Story, 24 Silver, was it? Because I have gold, I still have gold, I love gold. And then there was, anyway, in the 24 in the silver bottle, I think it was 24 Silver. That one was one of those that I loved at first, but the screechiness kind of got to me and I had to get rid of it. I mean, I tried to love it again, but I never could get past that screechy kind of a tinniness to it. This one has that, but not to that degree. When it dries down, that vetiver is a little soapy, so it gets kind of a slight Irish Spring kind of a soapiness to it. Not necessarily smell exactly like that, but that bright, almost herbal vetiver kind of a soapy smell. And mixed with the gingerbread and the apple, it's a little bizarre, but it kind of works. But it's that opening part that I'm not real crazy about. See, now it's starting to mellow out and it's starting to become nicer, and I'm starting to like it more with the dry down every time I wear it. But I probably won't wear it a lot, and that's Steel Sugar. Now this one, people are all over the board as far as the sillage goes, and as far as the longevity, most of them say it's between moderate and long lasting, and I agree with both of those. I think that's accurate on both accounts. I'm actually glad it isn't a beastly one because of that screechiness, that tinniness at the beginning, like you're chewing on aluminum or something, aluminum foil. Ugh, it gives me the creeps just thinking about it, but it does kind of remind me of that in the very get-go. Like you're chewing on aluminum bubble gum or something. But not bubble gum. Like aluminum apple gum or something like that. Green apple gum. Weird, I know. But that's kind of the feel to it. It almost makes my head hurt when I first spray it. But once a dry down happens, it becomes really nice. Very unisex, just like Gold Sugar. Both of these are very unisex. I think that Gold Sugar will appeal more to women and Steel Sugar more to men. But they are both nice. Now the last one was kind of a surprise to me because Aquolina made an oud perfume and this is Black Sugar. And I didn't even know about these until I was surfing around I don't know if it was Fragrantica or where I was surfing, but anywho, I had to get the Black Sugar. And Black Sugar reminds me a lot of Bulgari Black with that, you know, the hockey puck. It has kind of a rubber note in it, and I think it's the oud. I think they probably had to use some very cheap oud in order to keep the price down, because this is still, it's a little spendier. It's about $5 to $10 more a bottle than these other two, but that still only made it like 25 bucks for this. And I had to get mine on eBay because I don't know where they sell these, any of these three necessarily. I think Gold Sugar is the most widely distributed, but these other two are a little harder to find. So anyway, Black Sugar is vanilla, sandalwood, oud, raspberry, myrrh, incense, and leather. And you can hear my dog eating in the background. Never mind him. Ah! So anyway, and this one I really, really like. It's right up there with gold sugar, I will say. Because it does have kind of this weird rubber note to it when you first spray it. It's like rubber and vanilla. And some raspberry when you first spray it. And when it dries down, you can start telling it's more oud than rubber, but it still maintains that weirdness to it, that slightly tire, you know, Goodyear or Firestone tire kind of a new smell. But it's really nice, and the raspberry kind of starts really coming out the longer you have it on. With the dry down, you'll get more raspberry in there. So it's like eating a bowl of raspberries that have been had a little bit of vanilla drizzled over them, or have some vanilla beans mixed in with the raspberry, and you're eating it out of a bowl made out of tires, made out of the same rubber that tires are made out of. Doesn't sound very appetizing, but that's kind of the smell I get. I really, really enjoy this one. This one is a little more masculine than I think these other two, but still super unisex. And I've only worn this like probably 6 to 8 times so far, and every time I wear it I love it more, and I think this is going to be one of my favorites down the road. So that's Black Sugar by Aquolina, and nobody says it smells like anything else. And like I said, it's in the same realm as Bulgari Black, but it doesn't necessarily smell identical. I think Bulgari Black smells a little more complicated and probably a little more mature, whereas this is more for Bulgari Black Light, you know, the low version or something. But it's still really, really good. That raspberry really starts to come out with the dry down. And this one, most people say it's moderate and to heavy, and long-lasting to very long-lasting. And honestly, I'm of the, it's kind of moderate on both for me, which surprises me with an oud. But maybe it's just because when I have oud, I expect just, you know, in your face werewolf beast mode, and just scratching your face off with the claws, you know, that kind of a beast mode with oud, because I have a lot of those kind of oud perfumes. This one is like the ladylike oud. It's not nearly as beastly, and it's like a pre-transformation into beast. It's like a half shift into beast mode, but not quite there. But it's really good, very unisex. I think any of these three could be worn in a variety of settings. This one I would be more careful with because of that tinny beginning stage of it. These two I think would be great for clubbing, or you know, getting kinky by the fire, kind of, or in bed, or on top of the refrigerator, or in the car, or whatever floats your dinghy. But these I think are going to be more universally appealing than Steel Sugar is. I am just shocked that they aren't people's favorites already, because they really are good for the price. Aquolina, you can say what you want about pink sugars and stuff, but for the price, they put out some good product, and I'm very impressed with these three: Steel Sugar, Gold Sugar, and Black Sugar. And so that is the House of Aquolina, and I'm Boo, and I will see you very soon. All right, peace.